Chapter 5 is entitled Awakening unto God. It's been so interesting in my life of almost 7 decades to watch hundreds, maybe thousands, as they awaken unto God. Some, it's almost startling. Something happens, a death in the family, a tragedy, and suddenly they realize that the things of God are very important to them. Others, it's almost gradual, as if the sun is coming in the window and they awaken unto God. I had an experience just a couple of years ago with a young man who was 18 years old, and his name was Luc de Lamar. He lived in our stake, and my grandchildren knew him very well. He had a time of rebellious living, and then suddenly he unexpectedly and sadly was diagnosed with a brain tumor. He spoke in a sacrament meeting. Here's what he said: "I know that my family spent countless hours pleading to Heavenly Father that I would be humbled and have a desire to change. They hoped that I would have an Alma the Younger experience, but would never have imagined that instead of being visited by an angel, I would be visited by cancer. I've learned that our Heavenly Father's blessings often come in ways that are not our ways. It may seem strange, but even if I were able to go back and change my situation, I wouldn't. I'm really grateful for cancer because it has brought me back to my family and convinced me of the power of God in my life." I've always been struck with that. It's convinced me of the power of God in my life. That's really what awakening to God is. We suddenly realize that our prayers are answered. We feel closer to God when we keep His commandments. We awaken unto God. I would hope that as we are in this class and reading these different experiences and these doctrines, that we try to apply them deeply in our lives and see how it affects us in our spirit, in our mind, in our heart. I promise you that as you make a conscious effort, even though we're far from perfect, and you should be patient with yourself, but as you make a conscious effort to move closer to God, He will wrap His arms around you and move closer to you. And you and I will awaken more fully unto God.